Hey everyone, we are back with another update video, and with me as always is Corey.
How's it going, guys?
And my brother Chris.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, first on the Metal Mac side of things, I know it's been a little quiet on that front, but from now on, Metal Mac will get its own dedicated update videos, typically 1 week after each DaemonClaw video, and both will continue to be roughly every 3 weeks from here on out.
Just to make sure that's clear, there's still going to be the same exact amount of DaemonClaw videos exactly as frequently on the same schedule that they have been going all this time. But each time there's a DaemonClaw video, 1 week later there will be a Metal Mac update video. And now on to DaemonClaw, so let's start with the Neo Geo version. I have finally finished the core version of every demon attack. So that's the version of Zardana, the second playable character's special magic attack in which she conjures different types of demons to do attacks for her. So all three demons, I did their core version of their attack, and then there's, of course, for every level there's a different magic theme. So fire, ice, that purple kind of telekinesis magic, lightning, and then the final boss fight magic. So anyway, I finished the core version of all of the demons without that additional magic effect. But now I've also gone through with the Punch Demon, who's probably the most intricate, or certainly the runner-up is the Tentacle Demon. They might be tied with complexity as far as what's going on per frame and the number of frames. But anyway, with the Punch Demon, I finished, and Future Mike should be editing footage of all of these different variants right now, just in the graphics program, because they're not in-game yet. So I finished them all, except at the moment we're recording this, I did not quite finish the Ice Demon, but by the time I'm done recording this, I will have finished that as well. And so hopefully I've been rambling long enough for a Future Mike to get in footage of all of the variants. And then now that these are done, I do definitely want to give them to Cedric, the programmer, so he can get them in game, because you should never call any game graphic done until you've actually seen it in game. That's where you should make the final decisions for if you need to tweak anything. And then once we get to that point and they are considered gold or final, then we'll use those as a model to make all the different magic versions of the other two demon attacks. So Corey and I will be tag teaming those. We'll kind of distribute them between the two of us and add those effects to the other two demons. And speaking of Cedric, the programmer for the Neo Geo version, he has been making excellent progress, plowing through a lot of the tickets that we've been making, playing his latest builds every time a new one arises, and give feedback, make new tickets on things that still are not, either things that are missing or don't function exactly how we want them to be in the final game. So he's been making great progress on that. And if you want to see a more granular, detailed update for the Neo Geo version specifically, we did recently make that web page, and Future Mike will show that URL, and a link will be in the description, so you could check that out and see specifically what we made progress on. So now on to the modern and Steam version. So the biggest thing we've been trying to fix is that owners of the Steam Deck have been reporting compatibility issues. So I was initially going back and forth with one of the people that work at Pixelheart, who happens to own a Steam Deck, and I made a little bit of progress there, but it was just proving to take too long, and I wanted to be able to do very fast iterative testing of new builds. So I actually ordered a Steam Deck for myself. And so we did discover some things that are definitely going to help us arrive at eventually having perfect Steam Deck support. But right now, the situation is that the Mega Drive version, which is currently the only finished version anyway, can work perfectly on the Steam Deck. The only roadblock right now, if you try to play it, is a compatibility issue with the front end, the part where you run DaemonClaw, and it's got a menu that lets you pick which version. But either by the time I release this video or within a day or two afterwards, depending on how quickly the people people at Pixelheart can help me get the new build up there. I'm going to make it so you can at least choose the Mega Drive version despite the current compatibility issue, which is, right now, it just does not recognize any input from the Steam Deck gamepad or buttons, and I had not programmed in any support for clicking with your mouse, or in this case on the Steam Deck, the touchscreen or the little thumb pads. So it won't take me long, and it should be done, like I said, within a day or two after you see this video, where I'll recode the front end to be able to, you'll be able to just touch to pick the Mega Drive version, and that should run fine, and the Mega Drive version should respond perfectly to all of the gamepad inputs. And then it certainly seems like the only way to fix all of the issues with Steam Deck compatibility is I'll eventually need to make a totally separate export specifically for the Linux platform that Steam Deck uses, which is no problem. The authoring system I'm using has support for that, and I've begun that process, but it's going to take a little bit longer for me to get both the front end and the modern version fully functional that way as a Linux export on Steam Deck, but that process has begun, and in the meantime, you should be able to play the full Mega Drive version without any trouble. But that's going to be it for this update video. We will be back in 3 weeks roughly with another DaemonClaw video, but in just 1 week, Chris and Corey will be back with, I think, the first totally dedicated Metal Mac update video. So please stay tuned for that. And that's it. Thanks, everyone.
If you enjoy our content and want to keep up to date on our games, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, if you want to support our projects, consider becoming a patron. The link's in the description, and we'll see you soon.